To this now, Gauteng's Provincial Police Commissioner is leading a high-visibility crime-fighting operation in Ivory Park this evening. Lieutenant General Tommy Mthombeni, joined by senior police management and other law enforcement agencies, is rolling out Operation Shanela 2. The multidisciplinary operation is aimed at reinforcing the authority of the state and reducing crime in the area. Newzroom Afrika's Katleho Sekhotho is on the ground with the latest developments. Katleho, a very good evening to you. Lieutenant General Tommy Mthombeni has had quite the busy day, from nabbing cash and transit suspects a little bit earlier, and now Operation Shanela 2. Tell us a little bit more about this operation.
Good evening, Masa. Indeed, here in Ivory Park, which is actually a hotspot precinct of crime in the Gauteng province. And here, the police have descended into the area and are now doing a roadblock and conducting a search with the motorists and just checking that motorists are complying with the law. As we know, we're at the tail end of the festive season. And so just ensuring that as people head towards now, when things move back to normal, that they are complying with the law. So just to give you a sense on the ground what it's looking like, a number of motorists have been stopped. Passengers are asked to come out of the vehicles, and then police inspecting the vehicles. A number of issues persist in this area, Masa, in relation to crime, and those are usually carjackings, hijackings, as well as a lot of violent crimes. The police keeping quite a close eye on this area in Ekurhuleni to ensure that, they really stamp their authority, and Shanela 2 in this area trying to do that. But let's just bring into the conversation the Provincial Commissioner, Mr. Lieutenant General Mr. Tommy Mthombeni, to give us more. Provincial Commissioner, thank you for your time once more. Tell us about your operations this evening in Ivory Park and what you're looking for so far.
Thank you very much. Greetings to the viewers at home. We really appreciate for this opportunity. Yes, of course, we are paying another installment for Operation Shanela 2 in Gauteng, as we know, week in, week out. We are here, of course. We have taken a brief from the station commander. Clearly, there's still some challenges in terms of attempted murders, which give rise to murders. Your business robberies and business breakings and theft of motor vehicle. We have since started yesterday with suspect raiding with the detectives. You can see I'm with the deputy responsible for crime detection. We managed to arrest 786 wanted suspects, of which 169 is a gender-based violence. And for now, with this second phase of the operation, we managed to arrest 40 illegal immigrants. 7 people were arrested for drugs. And of which we also have not less than 4 for drunken driving. We know for the fact that the generators of the crime is a problem. Liquor outlets, we have since closed 3. On this roadblock as well, we managed to pick up 1 individual who is in possession of ammunition, 5, of which he does not have a license thereof. So he, unfortunately, he is arrested for possession of unlicensed ammunition. The night is still young. We hope that we will be in a position to can have a high counting in terms of the successes for this area, which is Ivory Park, which is part of Tembisa.
Provincial Commissioner, Ivory Park is a hotspot in terms of crime in the province. If one looks at some of the stats, especially the first quarter of last year, how do you change things around if year on year you still see some worrying trends? How do you turn things around in this community?
Yeah, well, we are fortunate in Gauteng because we're working closely with the community. As you can see, you look around here, you see the community in blue. They are part and parcel of contributing towards the fight against crime. We are fortunate in Gauteng because we're having a total of 9,000 community in blue. Of course, you can also see here there's Ekurhuleni Metropolis and of course Johannesburg Metropolis. Your Metropolis within this province, they are counted not less than 10,000, which give us a complementary workforce in ensuring that we are felt outside. But over and above that, the Gauteng Traffic Police, they are adding to the value. Like today, you realize that there was a cash in transit heist. The Gauteng Air Wing, they have assisted in terms of air-to-ground operation, where we manage to can ultimately, at the end of the day, find those 2 vehicles, and then we have taken 2 individuals for questioning, of which that is a horrific incident. What I'm trying to say is that these workforce, they are adding to us to ensure that they assist the station, because the Gauteng traffic, we're having not less than 4,000 workforce. Of course, your security industry, you can see behind me here, we're having quite a number of security industry. In terms of the PCERA, the audit which we have taken last, we're having over 215,000, of which they fall under the umbrella of Business Against Crime South Africa, which the National Commissioner have signed the Memorandum of Understanding for E2 project, which is eyes and ears. So we are, of course, trying to deploy those forces and try to ensure that we suppress the numbers down. Though you'll realize in some of the crimes, as I've indicated, there's a little bit of a stubbornness, but there are other crimes which really it has shown a decline within this policing present.
Yes. And I guess, thank you for that, Commissioner. Just coming back to that CIT heist that we saw earlier on today. CIT heists have, if I'm correct, had been quiet for some time, and so now we see this big one that had happened today. Are you worried?
Yeah, well, any crime which is committed against the community or is committed where the communities they are traveling, they are committing, is a worrying factor. I must just indicate that as part of the safer festive season, we have put more forces or boots on the ground. Why I'm saying this, because the National Commissioner made a launch for safer festive season in Bloemfontein on the 7th. And subsequent to that, we have made a launch. 10 focus areas were identified. One of the focus area is robbery aggravated, of which it includes cash in transit heist. I must indicate that why we're successful today in terms of those cars which we got. By the way, those 2 cars, one car is hijacked in Northwest Alberta Police Station. One car is hijacked in Randfontein last year, the 9th and the 10th month. We were in a position through our intelligence to infiltrate, get that information, put the workforce together, the different workforce for rapid response, including the highway patrol, the security industry, and of course, the DPCI, the Hawks, and we follow through. And that's why we're successful. That's why I'm saying, yes, of course, we're worried, but from time to time, we also get information, we engage them. There was quite a number of fatalities, more especially on that route for Elias Mthombeni. 2 years back, I think we had not less than 3 fatalities. We also recovered the AK-47 along that route. So one would say we are, of course, putting more effort in ensuring that these typical types of crimes, they don't get committed.
We'll leave it there for now, Provincial Commissioner. Thank you for your time. So, Masa, you've heard it there from Lieutenant General Mr. Tommy Mthombeni, just explaining there some of the details, especially in relation to that cash in transit heist that took place earlier on today, starting in on Elias Mthombeni, well, ending up the vehicles that were found in Meadowlands in Soweto, and 2 people arrested and an undisclosed amount of money that was stolen in that incident. He's just explaining there that the 2 vehicles were actually hijacked at various points. So the Commissioner stressing that they are carrying on with the work of the policing throughout the province, but particularly here in Ivory Park this evening, keeping a close eye that motorists are complying with the rules of the road, but also highlighting that they will continue to work with the community in stamping out crime.